guy, Sport Bike Track Gear, sportbiketrackgear.com, and today we're going to do a ride review on the all-new Shoei Qwest motorcycle helmet. Let's start off with size and weight. Okay, I find the sizing for these helmets to be very, very standard. Okay, I measured 58 centimeters on the money. I wear a size medium. My medium here in my Qwest fit me perfect. Okay, we're going to touch more on that later. Really enjoyed it. Weight, about 3.7 pounds on our digital shipping scale. Snell 2010 certified. Okay, we found that most of the Snell 2010 helmets little to the heavier side, but with Shoei, you've got great balance. Okay, so I wouldn't say that the weight of the helmet bothered me in any way, shape, or form. Felt great, perfect balance. Okay, let's give you a nice 360 of this. If you get really tight, Josh, Shoei's pictures have gotten better and better every year. Okay, so the representation that you see there with their photos online, they're pretty solid. I will add that, like for example here on my Qwest, there's some details in the graphic. I don't know if you can pick up that kind of smoke effect there or not. That you just, you really can't get from a photo. You get this thing in your hand and it just screams quality. You can see there's some metal flake there in the smoky graphic. Just the clear coat is perfection, right? The feel of the vents, nice and firm, great quality. That is one of the areas where Shoei just absolutely kicks butt. Their quality is just maddening, okay? And their accuracy, the reproduction of that quality is just so consistent throughout their line. I think they do an amazing job when it comes to that. So that, kind of just the initial impression when you pull it out of the box, looks great, feels great. Everything is just right. The Qwest was billed as kind of the ultimate, touring style riding helmet. Okay, if you've been to our site before, watched my videos, you probably already figured out my preference. My riding preference is really on the racetrack. I like to do some racing. I like to do a lot of track days. Our friends at Sport Bike Track Time, and that's where I tested this helmet. I rode in it quite a bit. Okay, so I rode in it in a tuck, right, hanging off the bike through the corners. And then I also made an effort on some of the straightaways too, just to sit up, right, at varying speeds to get an idea of how well this thing performed. And I have to say that it worked good in pretty much every body position. There wasn't one position where I'm like, man, in a tuck this helmet's no good, it sucks. It still flowed good air like that, right? Flowed great air when I was sitting up through the corners. The aerodynamic properties of this helmet, stability is very solid, right? Field of vision, huge, right? This uses the new shield configuration. We're going to talk more about that in a second because I use a pin lock on this, and I want to tell you guys about that because phenomenal feature, a few extra dollars, but totally worth it. Comfort, amazing, right? A little roomier perhaps, a little more spacious feeling than say the RF 1100 or the X12. Not in a bad way, still got a great fit from this helmet that would be at home for road riding or racetrack duty. Okay, not as vice-like as maybe an X12 could feel. Okay, a little more roomier than that, but this thing you could use in every discipline. If you're a street, you like to do some street riding and you like to do some track days, perfect. You can use this helmet in both arenas with no issue. Ventilation from this, we've got our intakes here in the chin and up on the top of the helmet. Got some exhaust vents here in the back. Surprisingly good. I expected it to be a little less than it was. I had zero issues with the cooling of this helmet, right? It was absolutely adequate for me. You can get a little more out of the 1100, sure, right? But this was really all that I needed. I think it did a phenomenal job. And that was in the varying riding positions. Really didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. The material they're using in the liner feels great against the skin. And who could judge that better than a bald guy, right? If a helmet's rough, it kind of tears me up a little bit, the on and off. Not this one. Absolutely silky smooth. Really enjoyed the fit, the feel, and the comfort of this helmet. I couldn't say enough good things about that. From the moment I took it out of the box and put it on, right, through the last time I rode in it, just spot on. Felt phenomenal. Use of the same shield mechanism that you see in the 1100 and the X12, and that's the one where it's kind of got these spring-loaded cams, right? When you lower it down, it kind of sucks it back. Good positive seal. The Shoei helmets, their shields don't come with any fog-free treatment, okay? A lot of the other brands out there, they're doing that today, and with varying effectiveness. Some work great, like Scorpions. Theirs is a home run. It's probably the best in the business. Lasts a long time, too. Shoei went in a different direction. They partnered up with Pinlock, and they use the Pinlock product for those that need the fog-free performance. You can spend a few extra dollars. I know nobody loves the additional expense, but I got to tell you, I used it on this helmet, okay, with this shield, and it is phenomenal. You can't fog this thing, period. The one that I used, the model of the Pinlock shield that I used, is the CWF1 shield, okay? That is the one with the race tear-off posts, okay? It uses a little larger Pinlock insert, okay? And where this differs to their stock Pinlock stuff is not only in the size of the insert, but also if you're going to go the route of the CWF or the tear-off posts, okay, the tint is built into the shield, not into the actual Pinlock insert. For example, here I've got a nice dark tint shield. I'm only a track guy, I don't ride when it's dark out, so for me this is fine. They have a clear and they have like a high definition yellow too. Okay, so if you're going to use the bigger insert, right, you go the CWF route, you have to choose the tint of your shield and kind of live with it because this is clear. If you go the other Pinlock route, the shield itself, the outer shield is clear, and you can buy the tinted inserts, and of course the inserts are more affordable than the shield itself is. Good shield mechanism, easy on, easy off, right? With our Qwest, we've got removable cheek pads. You know, that's nice, you know, if you want to wash them. You remember you can still wash the inside of the helmet if you need to do so, right? Just kind of, you know, very mild soap, water, rinse it well, kind of let it air dry, right? It's not going to hurt the helmet to get it wet. We have a more detailed review where we show you how to take it apart and put it back together. All I want to do is just lock this up and say this is a great helmet, it's a great value. You know, they've done away with the TZR, so now on the Shoei, the premium full face line, what we've got X12, RF 1100, and then the Qwest. And I got to tell you, this thing absolutely, in my opinion, over-delivers all your expectations. If you're even remotely thinking about getting one of these, pull the trigger, you're going to love it. Crazy quiet, solid ventilation, great shield options, and the comfort is absolutely ridiculous. That's it. I'm going to end the love fest right here. They did a great job on the helmet. They should be really proud of it. I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTrackGear.com.